Danny, you were named the National Athletic Director of the Year by the Sports Business Journal. What did that mean to you?
It should be the athletic department of the year. I think it's very much a team award. And when I say that, we got hundreds of student athletes, coaches, and staff, but we also have the best fan base in the country. And everyone's working together. That's why we've had such positive momentum. And we know we got a lot of work ahead of us to build the best athletic department in the country. But it's a great recognition for everything that's happening on Rocky Top.
Now, I asked Mike White about you winning this award, and he said, I thought it was going to be between Zach Brooks and Brian White. And I said, no, wait a minute. He said, no. I said, don't you think he deserves it? He said, absolutely. He's killing it at Tennessee. Now, is that a typical response from your brother?
There's no question. All we do is rib each other.
So, Tennessee, and I've covered Tennessee a long time, I've never seen a better camaraderie between coaches and players. Is that something that you think you've helped develop, or do you think you inherited that?
I think a little bit of both. There were some great coaches already there, obviously, and I'll put our roster of head coaches. You've heard me say this against anybody in the country. Some are new, some had been there way before I arrived, and we've just tried to do our best as an administration to generate more revenue. I'm proud of the fact that we've doubled our revenue from 140 to 280. And what I've said to our fans, I'm not doing that to make my books look great and help me sleep at night. We're reinvesting that into our programs and in ways that we think create competitive advantages for our coaches. And they're doing a phenomenal job of recruiting high character men and women that are competing in the classroom at levels we've never seen and competing across the board. And we talk about a championship culture and it becoming contagious. If you get like-minded people around each other that have the talent and the drive and work ethic to make the most of themselves. And they're taking a lot of pride in not only their own personal success, their own team success, but seeing all the other teams around them have success.
Is Rick Barnes kind of the Pied Piper of this coaching group?
He's the Pied Piper, I think, of every room he walks into. I think he's in the wrong profession. He'd be a stand-up comedian. It would be better for him. But he's a leader in the SEC. He's a leader nationally amongst his peers in coaching. And I love how, and I know, and all of our coaches love how he pours into our other programs. Rick will show up. I think I saw him flipping burgers at a softball super regional last weekend, and he'll show up and support our other teams, and all of our coaches support each other, and I think it makes you a better version of yourself if you know you have that kind of support and others are in it with you.
Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, voted the best and favored jeweler every year. These folks are real jewelers, master craftsmen, quality jewelry, unique designs, smart designs, very knowledgeable, friendly, and helpful. Serving West Knoxville for 39 years. We want to be your jeweler. Fleet Tire has been serving Knoxville's tire needs for over 40 years with the best quality tires available, including Michelin and Bridgestone. Owned and operated by Tennessee grads, their tires may not be orange, but their blood sure runs orange. For the best tires made with the best prices, see Fleet Tire.
And you also see the athletes doing the same thing. Football players going to baseball games, baseball players going to softball games, etc.
No question. Yeah, I think half our basketball team and baseball teams were out at the softball super regional, and the student athletes see that and seeing each other's support and just investment and care. I think it makes you care more about the attention you're putting into it, the extra work it takes to be the best. And again, I think it's contagious.
Tennessee's won the SEC All Sports Trophy 3 years in a row, which is a great accomplishment considering this is the best sports league in the country. And I wonder, do you think that's had an impact on overall student enrollment at Tennessee?
I think so. We've seen applications basically triple in the last 3 years.
Triple?
Yeah, from about 26,000 to about 70. I guess just shy of tripling, which allows selectivity to increase, and out-of-state applications have really skyrocketed. And I think athletics as a marketing engine has played a big role in that. Certainly not the only role. Tennessee has a lot going for our university across the board. We have an unbelievable leader in Dondi Plowman, my boss, and Randy Boyd, our president. We got great leadership and a great fan base and community that people want to be a part of. Student athletes want to be a part of it, and students at large want to be a part of it.
You pay your coaches well, and I wonder if a part of that is this is a reward for your success, or a part of it is we're not going to lose you to somebody else paying more money.
I think it's a little bit of both. It's probably more the former. We do a lot of benchmarking, and we benchmark within the SEC where appropriate. And if we need to start benchmarking against the top paid coaches in the country, because that's the level of success that we've achieved, then we're not afraid to do that either. You can't say that we want to be the best athletic department in the country, we want to win national championships, without being prepared to support that. And that means we have to have the revenue we got to generate the revenue in advance so that we have the financial ability to step up. And so far we've been able to do that, and I expect we'll continue to.
You mentioned basically doubling the budget, and you mentioned Tennessee's got the greatest fan base. Is the fan base, most of the doubling because the fan base is making more donations to help you along that way?
Yeah, we're at a time coming out of COVID, and because of the loans that we're taking, the SEC check hasn't grown very much since I've been at Tennessee. So we've grown our budget from 140 to 280, and the vast majority of that is Tennessee self-driven revenue. So that could be ticket sales, and obviously having our Neyland sold out and the Food City Center sold out, baseball, softball, both sold out. All of that helps a ton. But we've also doubled our corporate sponsorship revenue. We've doubled our licensing revenue. Our major gift program has gone from about 150 donors to we're almost going to hit 900. Whether it's donations, sponsorships, gate receipts, concessions have skyrocketed. We're now the number one Aramark school in the country, which obviously is a byproduct of attendance. And we've led the nation in attendance the last 2 years in a row. The fan base is the engine behind really everything that we're doing, and I'll say it again. I believe it from the bottom of my heart. I think they're the best fan base in all of sport.
A.G. Hines Company. They've been around for over 100 years, selling building materials since anyone can remember. Gambusa's Barbershop, Knoxville's award-winning barbershop where traditions and trends blend. You can get classic cuts to razor-head shaves to contemporary styling, all at a great price. You'll leave feeling great and looking even better. Gambusa's Barbershop, where men belong.
The additional revenue, does that go primarily to salaries and to renovations of your stadiums?
A lot of it goes to student athletes, even pre-NIL. There was ways that we could expand the scope of what we do for student athletes to give our coaches competitive advantages, and we immediately identified those and made those a priority when I first got here. Obviously, revenue share and NIL is a big part of that. Coaches' salaries, retaining and attracting the best coaches in the country. Some of it is going into a significant amount is going into facility upgrades to get us back to where we were when we were the best version of ourselves, with the best facilities that we can offer student athletes, but then also making sure we're not taking this fan base for granted. We got to make the fan experience elite, and I think folks are going to love the improvements to the south end zone in particular in Neyland Stadium this coming season.
Any other major projects that you're looking at, facilities-wise?
Folks are aware of Lindsey Nelson Stadium. I'm excited about that finally being completed for the 26th season. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere, and folks may not be as aware of the amenities we're putting into the Food City Center. We'll have an NBA level video board and sound system going in this year. It's a big building. I think it'll make it a much better fan experience, particularly for those sitting in the upper deck, but really for everybody in the building. And then we're adding a Riverside Club, which is geared towards our fans sitting in the lower bowl. But it'll also, just like when we added the Lower West Club, which became the Transcard Premier Club in football, anytime you can take people off of the concourse, it's like expanding the concourse just because you're reducing the population. And as we all know, our arena can get congested at times, so we're going to continue to find ways to make that a better experience for everybody in the building.
All right, I got one other question for you. And I've been covering Tennessee for a long time, and I've heard from time to time athletic directors talk about we're going to give resources to every sport. And I've talked to coaches that said they focus more on this one or that one. You have said you want to give resources to every sport, and the results prove it. Is that your competitive nature that, by golly, if you're going to have a sport, I want you competing at the highest level?
There's no question. If they're representing Tennessee, we want to be elite. We're an everything school, not just by moniker, but by our actions. And I want our fans to know that doesn't mean that we're not going to be elite in whatever their favorite sport is. There is no sport that we're not supporting at the highest levels. And if we do fall behind in a given moment, that's not acceptable for me. We're going to make sure that they're all positioned to compete for SEC and national titles.
We have an exceptional group of attorneys that work here. We're all trying to be better attorneys, be better advocates for our clients, be better people.
It makes me proud to be part of the team when I see how much the attorneys care about their clients.
It's truly one vision. I feel like every single person who works here has that same vision, and that's to treat all of our clients like family.
We've developed such a tight-knit team. Everyone is unified in being selfless in their representation.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.